DJANGO, right? Yes. Yeah, before I start, can everyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes.
Yes, sir. Visible and audible.
Right.
So this is our Django class, right?
Yes.
Okay. Timing 9 to 10.
9 to 10. Yes, 9 to 10:30.
9 to 10:30 every weekend.
Hmm.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So, okay, frameworks, frameworks, frameworks of Python, right? So we have got many frameworks for Python. We have got many frameworks like the Django framework, FLASK framework, pyramid framework, bottle framework, turbo gear, the Django Flask, pyramid, bottle, turbo gear. And apart from that, we have got many frameworks. So this we have got frameworks. Python is providing separate frameworks for web applications development, and even it is providing separate frameworks, right? Even it has got frameworks for networking environment like Twisted Python. It has got frameworks for gaming like Pygame, PyCora, right? Yes. It has got many frameworks, but for web applications, right? These are the frameworks. For developing web applications, interactive web applications using Python, these are the frameworks.
And that fast API, sir, is that also?
Yes. So in this
Uh,
way, we have got different frameworks, right? Yes. Different frameworks. So what do you mean by framework? You may ask. What do you mean first? What do you mean by framework? So before going with what is a framework of Python, so I can say framework is a code library with which we can develop interactive web applications using Python. So it provides many flexible features. The Django framework provides many flexible features. So mostly we work with the different IDEs. Mostly used one is PyCharm. PyCharm, whenever you want to develop web applications using PyCharm, it is not free, it is licensed. The IDE is licensed, right? Previously, I was saying how full stack Python full stack developer we say. What do you mean by Python full stack developer? What do you mean by full stack developer? Previously also once I discussed about it. Python full stack developer. What do you mean by Python full stack developer? What do you mean by full stack? What do you mean by Python full stack developer? Means for developing web applications, right? What for developing a typical web application, what all the technologies, knowledges has to be known. What knowledges he has to know. All that required things. If you know all the technologies, if you know all the technologies like starting from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, this Django, this MySQL database, what all the required that databases like MySQL or Oracle, whatever it is. So all these technologies required if he has got, and also Python, mainly Python, right? Python, Django, HTML, CSS, all these things. We call him as a full stack developer. So here we have got some positions like that. Even not only full stack developer, people clearly know what do you mean by front end and front end developer, right? Back end and back end developer. So previously I had some discussion about it, but still try to respond everyone. Back end developer. What do you mean by back end developer? Front end developer. First thing you need to know the back end developer and front end developer. What are the main tasks of a front end developer?
Front-end is UI development, like JavaScript or
And
not
no, no,
JavaScript,
I'm not.
React,
I'm not talking about what technologies you are going to use. What a front-end developer does.
like screen designing and look and feel,
Yes, yes. Presenting
validations.
data on the web page. How good presenting data on the web page? Presenting data on the web page means how data should appear on the web page. How good the data should appear. Okay. How good how good how good the data should appear on the web page. Yes. Presenting data and how good the data should appear on the web page. For example, if you have got any organization, so they're compulsory about your organization, what are the features and what you have got, what are the branches and what are the things, everything you need to expose if you want to just highlight your organization, or if you've got any business, for everything, right? You need to present your data on the web page so that everyone will visit your website and go through all the details. Means how good you present your data on the web page. How good the data should be organized with colorful fonts, images, text, everything. Even some dynamism, right? Even some using some Python, all these things. If anybody wants to log in, they need to log in. And if you want to view something, only after logging, they can go through the details of it. So it should allow all those things. How good the data should appear on. Okay. Backend developer. What do you mean by backend developer?
To manage the
With
database.
database management of database.
Programming with DB.
Backend developer means, do you think it's only database?
No, like application logic plus database.
Dealing with business logic and data flow. Means how the data should go, where it has to go, and how the data, and so totally deals with the business logic, implementation, and data flow. Try to say, okay. Okay. Front end example. First, try to say examples of front end technologies. Example of front end technologies. Example of front end technologies.
React,
HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, etc. And backend, front-end technologies means HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, all this. And backend, if you talk,
MySQL.
Backend developer means, do you think only a database?
No, API as well. Basically interface to communicate the data.
What type of language
Deals with server side logic.
deals with? Yes.
Server side logic. Backend
So
server.
backend developer means the language you choose. The framework you choose,
Server also you choose.
And database server.
backend means what to display as response, what to display as response to the user. Language, framework,
Deals with simply the data, right?
language, framework, database,
Oh, yes.
language, framework, database, and the IDE you choose. Language means
Python.
Python, Java,
or
Ruby,
whatever language,
R,
whatever
Well,
languages you write. Framework means okay, if you are
Golang,
using Python, what is the framework? If you are using
DJANGO,
Java,
FLASK,
DJANGO, FLASK, the Spring.
Turtle,
I think Spring
Okay.
also.
yes,
Bottle.
Spring. Right.
pyramid. So in this way, database,
SQL,
MySQL,
MySQL,
SQL Server. In this way,
server,
all this, etc. IDs
VS Code, Eclipse, STS,
for okay, ID. So for Python, mostly used
eh,
ones,
Anaconda,
PyCharm,
PyCharm is one,
Charm method,
VS Code,
code, Eclipse,
Eclipse, in this way, etc. So you have got language you choose, framework you choose, database, ID, right? Yes. Presenting data on the web page. How good the data should appear on the web page. That is front end. Back end means what to display as a response to the user, dealing with the business logic and data flow. Generally, yes. Full stack developer should have the knowledge about all this back end and front end.
what is about CI/CD?
Full stack developer. Bridge the gap. Bridge the gap between about two positions. Full stack developer bridge the gap between the above two positions, right? Yes. What do you mean by full stack web development? What do you mean by full stack web development?
Can develop a standalone applications. Yep, app development applications.
Pardon? Yes. Someone was answering. What is full stack web development? Yes.
Complete application will be developed by a full stack developer.
Okay.
Manage both front and back end.
Yes. So it is a process, I can say. Process of developing both
Both front end and back end.
front end and back end. Web application. Process of developing both front end and back end web application, right? Generally, okay, what do you mean by a web application? What do you mean by a web application?
Digital link, information gathering.
An application which provides service over the web. Example, Gmail application, Facebook. All these are application which provides service. They are providing service over the web. So clearly you need to know about this front end, back end if you want to become a full stack developer, right? Yes. And that too, Python is the main thing and Django is the main for business logic implementation. Remaining all like this front end, right? Okay. Even if you go, we have got different, even you can see the developers available, front end developers will be there, they'll be designing, they'll be performing all that. But generally, if you want as a Python full stack, even you should be able to develop all those things. You should have that knowledge, total knowledge. Even if you take the help of that front end things, front end developers, all that, but still should have the knowledge about all this HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Yes. Okay. What is a web framework? What is a web framework? Why Django? Django features and advantages. What is a web framework? Why Django? Django features and advantages. Some history about Django. Features of Django. Right. Technology. Django features and advantages. Companies using Django. Right. Companies using Django and differences between this MVC and MVT. Yeah. What is web framework? Why Django? Django features and advantages. History of Django. Companies using Django. Right. Yes. Companies using. Okay. So what is a web framework? What is a framework we say? All the Django framework, FLASK framework, pyramid framework, right? So what is a framework? What is a framework? For every, even Java has got frameworks, Python has got its frameworks. A web framework. What is a web framework? Is a code library. It is a code library, yes. Which helps, it's a code library which helps you to build, flexible web applications. Flexible web applications. Okay. Just Control A, Control C. Web framework is a code library which helps you to build flexible web applications. What is DJANGO? What is DJANGO and why DJANGO? Web development framework. It is a web development framework. It's a web development framework, right? That for Python. Web development framework for Python, which offers fast and effective website development at a rapid speed. We can develop at a rapid speed. We can develop a web application. At a rapid speed, we can develop web applications. Just a second. Give me a second. Right. Sorry. So at a rapid speed, we can develop web applications here. Web development framework for Python, which offers fast and effective website web development. Yes. For building and maintaining quality web applications. Quality web applications. Making the development process smooth and time saving. Django is easy to set up. It is easy to set up and run. So if you talk about why Django here, why Django as compared. So you may ask, already we have got many, see from last 20-25 years, you see lot of web applications getting developed by using Java, .NET, all these things, right? So a lot of web applications developed. Why again this Django framework means at a rapid speed you can develop web application It has got many flexible features. It has got its own database available. It is very easy to set up and run. It provides ready to use or ready-made or ready to use user interface for especially for administrative kinds of activities. Okay. Django is used to build all types of systems. We can build all types of systems, even such as social networks. We can develop or build all types of systems such as social networks, social networks, scientific computing platforms. It helps you to provide end-to-end application testing. Django helps you to provide end-to-end application testing, right? Okay. So features and I'll be discussing like the features, but before that, some history of this history of Django. It was released when Python was released. Anyone? When Python was released, in which year?
1989.
1989, Python was released. And Django, any idea? 2005. It was released in July 2005 as Django only. Why the name Django means? Why the name Django? Name of a guitarist. Full name of him is Django Reinhardt. Just like Python Software Foundation, we have got a Django Software Foundation in June 2008. See, in 2008, it was declared that Django Software Foundation, DSF, like PSF, Python Software Foundation, right? We have got Django Software Foundation would maintain Django. You need to know about the versions also. If anyone going with the experience, people who got with 3+, 4+ years of experience, all right? You have to clearly understand what are the versions. DJANGO 1.1 version. Released in 2009. 1.1 version was released in 2009. And next, DJANGO 1.2 version. The next 1.2 version was released, second version was released 2010. Next, the 1.11 version, DJANGO 1.11 version. Just before COVID, it was released. 2017. DJANGO 1.1, 1.2, 1.11 was released in 2017. Next, DJANGO 2 version, same. This all were supporting Python 2 versions. These were supporting not Python 3. The first Python 3 version was released in 2017 itself. DJANGO this also in 2017. And here in 2018, one thing you need to understand. In 2018, I'm not okay. Otherwise, I'll write here. DJANGO 2.1 version. DJANGO 2.1 version. Why I'm saying speculate about this version, because in DJANGO 2.1 version, when it was comes with it comes released in released in 2018. Why I'm saying, because this 2.1 version comes with model view permission. Model view permission. View permission. Support feature. 2. Released with 2018 comes with model view permission support feature. Next, DJANGO 3 version. You can see the first version in 2009, second version after again 2.0 after 8 years, and DJANGO 3 version, 4 version, right? DJANGO 3.0 version was released 2019. DJANGO 4.0 version. (2021) and the version what we are going currently, DJANGO 5.0. was released in 2023. This is the history of DJANGO and its versions, right? So current version is DJANGO 5. It's very simple to install DJANGO. It's very simple to install DJANGO. I'll show you. Just hardly it takes 1 minute to install DJANGO also. Up to 2017, 2009 to one version it was running. 2 version ran for 1 year, 2 version ran for almost 2 years, 3 version for 2 years, 4 version for 2 years, like Django 5 version. And features. Features and advantages. Features and advantages of Django. So what are the main features and advantages of Django means? Simple and powerful URL system. Whatever the URLs you are specifying it, for every web page, for every web application, there will be a URL web page, right? So simple and powerful URL system. Even if you talk about the authentication also, right? It has got built-in authentication system. It has got a built-in authentication system. And also it has got many automatic admin features. Admin interface, automatic admin interface, right? Which allows the functionality of adding, which adds the functionality of adding, editing, and deleting items. For example, a product table. If you are creating a product table, directly, if you want to add, I want to add, for example, new employee. Employee table is there. I want to add a new employee. Just like add plus option will be there. If you click the plus button, okay, you can add. It will ask for the name, is employee ID, employee name, salary it will ask. Once you enter the details and click okay, save, it will be saved. And if you want to modify any employee details, just click on, it will display all the employee details. Which employee details you want to modify, on that you can say modify option will be there. You can say modify. And if you want to delete symbol will be there. Which one you want to delete. So admin interface will be very simple. Generally in SQL, you will be using a querying, right? If you want to add a new record, new employee record, if you want to modify an employee record, deleting all this by writing S. But here, automatic admin interface you got directly. You want to plus symbol will be there. If you want to add a new employee, delete, like a recycle bin kind of icon will be there for deleting a particular. Beside the employee record, you will be seeing it, which employee you want to delete. Otherwise, the checkboxes will be there. Which checkboxes? So you will select the employees, you will check it, which employees you want to delete. And delete, you click on delete, it will be deleted. And for adding, you can add. In this way, you got flexible features available. You don't need to write codes for it. And also, if you want to customize this admin panel, you can easily customize. All this you will be learning as part of this. You can customize the admin panel as per your need. You can customize the admin panel as per your need. And Third. Very less coding you can see as compared, right? As compared with other programming languages like Java, you see lot of coding, but here very less code. You develop any web application using Python, very less code you can see. Less code and ensures effective development. Effective development, right? And also I said like fast development you can say. Means Django offers fast and reliable application development. And also, if you see the advantage, Django has got its own database. Like what is that? SQLite 3. SQLite 3 that's got its own database called SQLite 3. Sorry. The computer battery was down. The system got restarted. Sorry. I forgot to connect the battery to the system. Charger was not connected. Fine. Are you able to hear my voice, everyone? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, next, companies using DJANGO. Bitbucket. Discuss. NASA. PBS. Public Broadcasting Service. Instagram. Mozilla. Discovery Channel. YouTube. Facebook. Pinterest. Yes. National Geographic. and also like Discovery channel. Bitbucket, Discuss, NASA, PBS, Instagram, Mozilla, Discovery channel, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, National Geographic, and Discovery channel, right? All this. So if you want to see, just open this. Check this, for example. Applications developed using Django. Applications developed using Django. See this Instagram, Firefox, Spotify, Pinterest, Dropbox, Bitbucket, Discuss, The Washing Post, YouTube, e-commerce, Eventbrite, Reddit, Google Search, NASA, Quora, chart applications, yes, financial platforms, Django REST framework, right? So these are all this Instagram, Firefox, YouTube, all these are built using this. These are built using Django. 1 second. Okay. Next, if you want to see that, if you see, people might be knowing Python, but people who has got a command on this Django, who has got good knowledge, means they're very less. Can you see this? Yes. Django jobs, if you say Django jobs, lot of jobs for Django, you can see, right? If you see Django jobs, scroll down and check. 32,843 Django job vacancies in September 2000, like Python full stack developer, right? Django jobs, 32,000 Django jobs are available. So people who knows Django are very less. So competition now, as of now, it is very less, but in the coming days, it may increase, right? So people knows Python, but people who knows Django are very less. And that too, who knows Django, that too full command on Django is very less, right? So we'll be discussing in brief about Django web applications creations. So all this, not watching the sessions, you are supposed to do parallelly along with me. So hands-on sessions, right? If you get any error or if you get stuck up anywhere, starting from the installation onwards to each and every applications, we'll be developing applications, right? So what are the steps involved in developing this application step by step, step 1, step 2, step 3 in this way? I will clear steps I'll be providing for each steps. For each and every applications, whenever you're developing, the first 4 or 5 steps will be common for every application, right? Creating project, creating application, starting and adding the application to the settings.py and specifying the URLs, right? Step by step we'll be discussing. So try to attend the sessions regularly and try to do them along with me parallelly. Just introduction to this Django, and also uh, what are the steps involved? What are the steps involved in developing an application? What are the various steps involved in developing an application, right? Yes. Observe here, just I was talking about the Django features, Django advantages, Django companies using Django, right? Yes. Steps in application development. We have got some steps, nearly some 8 to 9 steps are there. How to create a project, how to create an application folder, how to create a project folder. By using a command, we'll be performing it. Yes. Now, just observe this right there. Steps in application creation, Django application creation. So before, after you install Django, after performing all this, creating and activating virtual environment, creating and activating a virtual environment. See, we will be creating one more environment for Python. One already installed in your system in your local machine. Already Python available in your local machine. One more Python. Creating and activating one more copy of Python, you are going to install it so that whatever modifications you do should not affect your original Python. So virtual environment you will create for Python, and you will activate it every time you will be activating it. And if you want to creating or starting a project, creating or starting a project. Django-admin, start project, project name, project 1, for example, project 1, otherwise my project 1. So what is the command for creating or starting a project? Django-admin start project, my project 1. It will start the, so what all that Python files required for your project, everything will be created with this command. Django-a project folder will be created, and the files required, all the .py files required for your project, everything will be created.
Start project with your folder name here.
This is the folder. This is the folder that is going to be created. Within that, you will see all the .py files will be created.
Okay, start project. What is that, sir? Start project. After admin word.
This is a command. This is the command to create it. This is the
Okay,
command. This command will create a folder with this name. This everything is predefined. Only this is user defined. So this command will create. Remember this command. What is the command to create a project means? This is the command, and to create a project folder. If you want to create our application, what is the command means? Python manage.py. See, Python manage.py start application, start app, application name, demo application, right? For example. So this is the command for creating an application. Python manage.py start app application name. Later adding your application. Adding application name to settings.py, settings.py. So you'll be having a file with the name settings.py. So adding your application name to settings.py. Specify URL for the project. Specify URL for the project. Adding application into settings.py, specify URL for the project, define. Define the business logic. creating a network, creating or starting a project, creating or starting an adding application name to settings.py, specify URL, defining the business logic, and migrate. Defining the business logic, right? What logic you want to implement, that you will be implementing the Python logic. For every application, you will have a URL. For example, facebook.com, that is a URL. So, and migrate, if any errors are there, it will display the errors and start and run the server. Giving request in the browser, either Chrome browser or for Firefox, anything you can use. So not like executing as you do in Python. Here we'll be giving request in the browser. You'll be getting response there. So here, these are the steps involved, right? How to create a project, the command, starting an application, adding application name to settings.py, specify URLs for the project, defining the business logic, migrating, start and run server, giving request in the browser. Okay. Next is, okay, try to download and try to install this VS Code, right? Everyone try to have VS Code in your system. So for that, in the coming session, right, just I'll show you a simple web application, simple web application, developing a simple web application, right? So code.visualstudio.com, right? So for download for Windows. Okay, just to download this and normal installation, say next. For tomorrow's session, just everyone download this VS Code and come. You need to have Python physically installed in your system. After that, Visual Studio Code, right? VS Code, right? Try to download for Windows and just install it. Normal installation, say next. So these are the steps involved. This one by one step we'll discuss tomorrow and develop a simple web application. Sample application, right? Using these 9 steps. Okay, fine. So this is just introduction to this Django, full stack developer, backend and front end developer, Django, features of Django, flexible features provided by Django. So currently it is Django at a rapid speed. You can develop web applications with very less coding as compared to other programming languages where you see huge codings. With very less code and that too with a very rapid speed, you can develop web application. I said currently, yes, Django is the mostly used framework for Python. And currently, like even jobs, also a lot of jobs available for Django. As of now, the competition is less. So yes, just try to attend it regularly. Try to do that practical implementation of Django applications creations along with me parallelly during the sessions. Okay. So yes, from tomorrow we'll continue with this. Tomorrow I'll just show you a sample application how we can develop. You can do parallelly along with me. And tomorrow I'll show you the installation of this Django, right? So just everyone try to install that VS Code, right? Through VS Code we'll do. Later I'll show you on PyCharm also. PyCharm is a licensed one. So, but without license, how you can work, I'll just show you how we can go through that. Any other queries you got, anyone, right?
So
Any other
timing will be same. It's 9 only
9 only.
or
Timing will be 9
9
only.
a.m.
9 only. They
Okay,
won't be
9 a.m. to 10 or 11, sir.
9 to 10:30 it will be.
9 to 10:30. Okay. Fine.
Sir, the group is the same, Django 10 a.m. July batch.
Group is
I mean, WhatsApp group, I joined in August 19th, around that time, August
Whatever
20th.
separate, okay, group will be the same.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Any other queries, right? Anyone, right? Yes. So will tomorrow just everyone try to do the things parallel along with me.
How
Okay.
many, may I know the duration?
Eight
DJANGO
to
complete
10,
duration.
8 to 10 weekends it will be 10 around 10 8 to 10 weekends it goes.
Okay.
Sir, what is our group, sir, in WhatsApp?
So yes, 1 second. If anybody not in the group, right? Yes. Okay, 1 second, 1 second. Okay, a new group I'll create in that coming session, right? A new DJANGO group I'll create so that you can just join that group, everyone.
Sir, for Python is group.
For Python, there is separate group, right?
So
You can just ping me on this number if anybody not in the any of the group. Yes, and just ping me on this number if anybody not in any of the group, right? Okay.
okay, sir. Thank you.
So yes. So tomorrow we'll continue same time at 9 o'clock. Follow the same link. Okay. Yes.
Today the Python
Yeah.
class was not
What is that?
attended, right? So the 6 a.m. batch Python.
Yeah. Today you're talking. Today there was no session.
Yeah.
Today
Oh,
there was
oh,
no session.
oh, fine.
Okay. Fine.